Okay, I think we're going here. 1:30 in the morning. Um, I've not done a video today, but I did interview one of my friends from the Oslo, and so that'll be popping up tomorrow, I think. But I wanted to put out a video today because I've just been in such a mode of putting out something every day, um, and I like doing that. What's been going on here? You know, um, I've been taking this amazing class on intersectionality theory, which is focused on race, sex, uh, race, sexuality, uh, gender. I mean, same thing. Not the same thing, but and it just makes me realize just how uh, out of touch I am. I think with the experience of minorities that are activists that are seeking justice. I think there's an important distinction to be made here, um, because during class, um, I would say the majority of, I would say that everyone in the class is pretty woke, right? And what does that mean? It means that everyone in the class is very sensitive to political correctness and the language that needs to be used to be able to navigate the academic world when talking about intersectionality theory. And it can get really complicated very quickly. And it's good. It's actually really good because the class teaches me actually just how racist I am, and how sexist I am, and how, um, uh, and in what way, right? Like, it kind of seems shallow to just say that. So right now we're covering a section called Orientalism, which talks about how the West, right, the US and Europe, kind of conceptualize the West Bank, Israel, the Middle East, and the Far East, um, and how people from America and Europe kind of they have preconceptions or they have an idea of the Orient, right? Like this mystical kind of exotic other place that have traditions that are very different from ours, and like people in the past, and I mean, this goes from like the Crusades. It just kind of goes from pretty much like the white person's philosophy, um, kind of putting on their idea of what culture is in these certain spots, and also how that is an idea of dominance, right? That like when a person when like a dominant group kind of tries to explain what another group is, and another group, this sense, like the submissive group, aka the Orient, um, the submissive group, the Orient, kind of takes on the idea or the role of the submissive and allows the dominant culture, to shape their culture, and it is actually true. It is true. I mean, I don't think it's surprising. To me, it's not surprising, but to a lot of people, it could be surprising that the books that people write, the experiences that people have and then write about, the movies that the West makes, the books that the West writes, all kind of contribute to this idea of the exotic Eastern religions or Eastern cultures. Um, and to me, it's always. I, I wish that I was better with philosophy. I wish I was better with like understanding these theories. I just plugged in my headset. I accidentally took it out or something. I just wish I were better with all this theory stuff. I mean, I really try to. I think I'm good with my fucking hair, dude. I really try to aim to understand other cultures, and but what kills me is like I absolutely see this perspective of what can help to bring what theories can help bring the maximum amount of justice for minorities. And I think the answer there is to be able to understand the specificities of the different culture and the different people that you're talking to. And how do you do that? You read like texts about certain like intersections, right? Like James Baldwin is a black gay man. So like if you're interested in understanding that kind of experience, read that kind of stuff, And of course today, I mean, we're starting to gain an understanding of a bunch of different intersections, but there's still a lack of a lot of literature on it. Um, so there is some literature that's lacking, in my opinion. There can always be more, and there should be more. Um, but it's just, I mean, in one sense, it's really important to understand the different experiences that people are having from an intersectional lens, right? Like, how is a trans person having a different experience than a cisgender person in this way, in this situation? How is a black person having a different experience from an Asian American person or an Asian person or a white person or a Hispanic person or a Latinx person, a trans Latin person? How there's so many intersections that it's just mind-boggling and it's very tiring, and it's like but underneath all of it remains this idea of having empathy for each other. We're all human beings, you know and I was just talking to Liam about this today. I think there was a little section in there where I talked about how what we do is we actually all create stories of our lives. These labels, these intersections, are actually just stories that we are creating about ourselves to give ourselves meaning, to help us to try to understand what the fuck we're going through. So I think that awareness of that we are storytellers and that is a basic fundamental cornerstone of our life, And, when you look back and you remember things, they're not they are not perfectly factually true. That's just not how memory works. We pick out things that work for the narrative of our lives. That's just how it goes. And so, what does it mean to lie, right? Is lying, we think about lying in our culture as intentionally knowing that something is not true uh, and claiming that it is. We're actually, we do that all the time. It's just, are you conscious of it or are you not conscious of it? That's what it comes down to. So if you're conscious of something, that something is not true, but you say it's true, you're a liar, or you are lying. You know, it's important not to ascribe a label to yourself as a liar or not, because everyone does get the facts wrong. Everyone get the facts wrong every once in a while. Maybe not consciously, but unconsciously. And it's important to let yourself off the hook with that. But it's also important to try to stick to the facts as much as possible. It's important to try to be in reality and listen, be aware of things as much as possible so that you can create and construct the most realistic story possible for yourself. If you're working off of ego, right? Ego is that story. But what's separate from that story is actually realizing that you're just a story machine and that it's all just a fucking joke anyway, man. It's all just a fucking joke anyway. It's a fucking joke. It's a joke. And what really matters is that you're just enjoying yourself and being present, and you're not hurting anyone, and you're really caring about the other person. I was watching Mamma Mia tonight with some friends, which is why I wasn't able to do a video. I was preoccupied with Mamma Mia, some friend time, and also some meetings. I don't know why I mentioned that. Oh, fuck. What was my point? I had a point. This is why I cannot ever. I just can't be hard on myself though, because now I'm being hard on myself in my head. Just when you let things go. Oh yeah. Well, this is what happened. So me and my two friends, we were watching Mamma Mia, and we just started literally doing an improv dance session with Mamma Mia with ABBA songs. And we were like jumping around, like passing pillows and like singing songs and like la la la. And we just lost it for 5 minutes. We just lost ourselves. That's what life is about. Losing yourself. You don't. It's all a fucking joke. We all know it's a fucking joke. Enjoy yourself. Bring people together. It's about other people. It's about community. It's about experience. It's about love. I love that. I love that. And they loved it too. We were laughing. We were having a blast. I mean, so yeah, that's what's on my mind. It's not a very interesting conversation, I guess, but I think the idea of losing oneself is more interesting than the idea of intersectionality to me. It's just more skin in the game is what's needed more for letting yourself loose, giving in, losing yourself is much more necessary for that than for understanding intersectionality. But both are needed to be able to get to an empathetic, ideal state of existence, I think. I could literally just talk on here for hours. Today was one of the first days in months that I did not write my morning pages. It's because I kept my phone by my bed and I didn't wake up early. So I put my phone away. I almost didn't do an interview today. Today was almost just like a too relaxed of a day. Tomorrow I need to get back to the grind. You know, I'm encouraged by this YouTube channel, but I'm also discouraged by it. I mean, I'm getting an average of like something like 50 views or something every day. A little less than that, which is much higher. I mean, like in the beginning, I would get like 5. So, like, but after, 8, 9 months, every day, almost every day, it can get to you. It really can get to you. No wonder people quit. And it's tough, when you're talking to people. I mean, it really depends on the person. The guy I talked to yesterday from Haiti, just such a cool dude. I mean, thank God for people like that. It's people like that that inspire me to keep going, you know. People care about listening. People care about elevating others, you know. I believe it. And I will not stop. When I stop, that's when I start losing faith in people. That's it. That's what it comes down to. When I stop, it means that I'm starting to lose faith in myself, in being an inspiring person, which happens often. And it also means that I'm losing faith in other people. I mean, that's what it means. I mean, I can't be more honest with you. Sometimes I really wonder sometimes I really wonder if I'm doing the right thing, I think I'm doing the right thing. Interesting. Okay, I've been talking forever. I think like 20 minutes. I need to shut up. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later, okay? Thank you for listening. Thank you for being present. And I'll catch you tomorrow, okay? All right. Love you guys. Bye.